Yeah, hearing you talk through this, creating that space, creating that time to stop, pause, think, write about what future you're wanting to create. Is it something that someone can do by themselves, or is it helpful to have, and we almost used the word accountability before, having an accountability partner to do this together with, or have someone to fall back on, just to, because it's so easy to get back stuck in that loop of just continuously running enthusiastically in the wrong direction, as you said. But is it important to have someone at least just to check in?
It's incredibly important. Yeah. I mean, I wrote a blog post, actually. It was very well received about even daily accountability. Like, one of the things that like I've done for a really long time is like, I'll have someone that I literally send 2 text messages to a day. It takes less than a minute. I'll send him the 3 things I'm trying to accomplish today. And then at the end of the day, I'll give them a score. 1 out of 2, 1 out of 3, 2 out of 3, or 3 out of 3. Literally, that's it. And like, beginning of the day, I'll get a text from him. He'll get a text from me. It's just a list of 3 bullets. End of the day. And like, I mean, obviously, then maybe we'll do like a weekly phone call or a monthly like get together and have an acai bowl and like talk about it. But yeah, I mean, I think that that's just one wave. I mean, the more accountability you embed into your life and environment in the form of someone you can openly talk to about your struggles and also your goals, and someone who can you can report to, that's key. But also just in general, having an environment that expects you to become the person you strive to be, because you're very aware of it. You're telling them about it, and they expect you to become that person. I mean, the more your environment reflects your future self, the better.
That right there, you just text someone the 3 things that you're going to get accomplished that day, and then you kind of follow up. Why 3 things? Because I think that's so practical, and I think that those 3 things are key. But why just 3 things? Because I even think about my wife. She has this huge to-do list of all these activities every day. I'm like, no, just write down 3. But why 3 things?
I mean, obviously we all do more than 3 things a day, but I think, this is focused on important over urgent. I would have these 3 things be what you would consider important things that wouldn't be on your to-do list anyways. Obviously you've got 100 things on your to-do list. These are 3 things that could easily be lost in the maze of busyness and not seen for months. A big part of this whole future self process is it's about focusing on the things that are important to you that will move your life forward. You don't need to have a future self if you're just going through your urgent day-to-day busy life. Like, you can just wake up, go to work, and be the person you are today. The idea of creating a future self and upgrading your life is about doing things that aren't in your busy schedule. They're about creating space so that you can do 1 to 3 things that are clearly moving your life in the right direction, whether it's developing a skill, pitching yourself to like a new audience, or just whatever it is. Like, it could even be going to the gym. Like, you get to decide what those 1 to 3 things are. But I think 3 is just a good number. I mean, it's just not too big. I think the idea is like, what are just a few things that if you accomplished, you'd consider the day a success? And these 1 to 3 things should clearly reflect where you're going, not what you're already too busy doing. So the list should be short.
Yeah, and that helps to create some momentum for the next day, which continues to fuel future progress. And as Dan Sullivan says, progress, not perfection. Because I think, especially this is coming from a type A personality, I have to be very, it's okay. Like, and give yourself that grace that, tomorrow's a new day. I can try again, and it's not failure, but it's progress, right?
Yeah. And simplicity is what creates motivation. So like, if you've got 50 things on your to-do list, that creates what we call decision fatigue. You'll start to be stressed out by the list, and then you'll have to, and so like 1 to 3 things, I mean, honestly, 1 may be better. If you could prioritize what's the 1 thing that absolutely must happen, I would rather you get 1 thing done than have 3 things on your list and have 0 of them get done. So like, this is about prioritizing important over urgent. It's like, what is the most important single step I could take today to move this thing forward? What's the most courageous thing I could do? I think that these 1 to 3 things, they need to involve some form of courage, or they need to like clearly be moving yourself in the right direction that your future self reflects. And I think the shorter the list, the more simple, and the more simple, the higher the motivation and the higher the likelihood that you'll do it.